Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. Well, there goes the gasket already. Today we are going to get back to work on the Gravely. And it's been about a month. The holidays just threw everything for a loop. So where I left off was I had gotten Spark, and I've gotten the machine to run, the pop off on starting fluid, but it would not run, and I didn't want to do it, but I knew it was time to take the carburetor off, which I did, and here it is, and clean it out and see what needed to be replaced. I tried my best to, well, first, I think I had talked about the bowl gasket was leaking terribly. This was the old one, which I had put this one on, and I knew it never fit. But I crammed it on. This is the new one. I crammed this on and somehow got it, and it leaked, and somehow got it to stop leaking eventually. This one here is a cork. Looks like it's cork and rubber, I think, if that's what those are. And that one came from Tractor Supply. Good old Tractor Supply. And it came with a mesh filter as well, which I've played around with. That's why it's dirty already. Goodness. Anyway, so trying to put this on, I guess it goes the other way. This goes on first. But trying to put this on, like, when it was attached up underneath, was ridiculously impossible. So when I reassemble this, I will put this on first, like so, and then this. God. That's all right. It'll be, that little bit of dirt will be down in the bowl. And then this will go, and so that should seal up. In fact, this is very rusty and gross, but I will go ahead and put this on now so I don't have to worry about this continuing to come apart on me. I won't tighten it down too much just yet. Make sure that that's set pretty good. Okay. So that fits nicely. Now that ought to hold gas. We hope. So I'm just going to put that aside for now because I don't need it. Hopefully it won't roll. So the carburetor itself, this is a Zenith, made in USA. It is a, I don't know if you can see that. I think it's focusing okay. Zenith. Also Bendix, because there's, oh, and is that coming out backwards? I don't know. Anyway, it's a Zenith Bendix model 13007. There's a button here that shows the 13007. It also shows an 8228, and I'm not sure what that number is, but from my research, that 13007 is the model number for this particular carburetor. As you can see, when I took it off, this is the gasket that goes into the intake. No big deal. I have a new one, which I'll show you in a sec. And this is this over here is the choke, and that'll be easy enough to put. This just holds it. It's just I think it goes over like that. I think it goes like that. I'll put that back together when I put it back on the machine. And this is the throttle up here. This is the choke. So no big deal there. Those are fine. So I'll have to clean up these surfaces with old gasket. But here's what I found when I actually took the thing apart. So I did my best to try to take this. There's 4 screws. 1, 2. There's one underneath over here. 3 and 4. And you pop those 4 screws out, and it comes apart. And here you go. I've obviously already taken apart. Right here is where the seat and the needle and the floats will go like that. And the clip, well, the bar, obviously, the pin, and then there's a clip that holds the needle. What I found was the old needle was stuck. And when I tried to loosen it out, it was stuck in the seat. What ended up happening was, I don't know if I might have got this on video before. Sorry, I'm trying to get that to focus. I'm not sure it's going to focus. Anyway, you might be able to see well enough that that is flat. And it should not be flat. The rubber tip should be pointed like that. So the needle is no good, and right away I ruined it pulling it out. So I said, doggone it, I am going to need now to get a rebuild kit because I've destroyed the needle. This is the gasket that was in here. This is the gasket that was in here, and it tore. Not surprising. But I said, okay, well, I need a new needle, need a new gasket, rebuild kit. And as you can see, this is, I believe they call this a Venturi, this little throat thing, and this comes out. And you got to be careful when you put this back in, because, and I'll show you on the new one, when you put this back in, you don't want the new gasket going over this lip. It needs to go under it, so it's kind of, I don't know, so it's in here. I don't want to take it out. Well, I can. So you can see there's like a slot right here, right there, where that new gasket will go. So something to be aware of when you, and see, it just kind of wants to, just, there it goes. When you find a sweet spot, it slips right in. But I think this is like a Venturi. I'm not an expert, so I don't know. But I gotta, you know, this surface is pretty clean. I'll still, you know, brush it up, make sure it's clean. This surface is not so clean. This is where the gasket really stuck. So what I've done already is I've taken this jet out, and I've cleaned that out, and I can take it out just real quick so you can see. I don't know how well this camera is going to pick it up anyway, but anyway, that's just a little port you're not going to be able to see, but it is clear. I can blow through it. I put, and this is clear in here where it came, and it basically shoots out right down there, right there. So that's all cleaned out. So that's good. So we can put that back in. So what I ended up doing, as far as and I cleaned out any other ports I could see. This is the fuel inlet. Can blow through that clearly, and that will come through the seat. And as you can probably see, that's the new seat. And thankfully, I tested. I had the floats in a thing of water. They floated for days and days and days and days. So these floats are still good. The rebuild kit I got, I knew I was taking a chance. It was literally, with shipping and everything, on, I think it was eBay, it was under $10. But it came with several different gaskets, depending, because these are made to suit several different models. So it came with these two gaskets, which aren't right for my application, but this is the right one. You can see it matches up pretty well with the old one. Hopefully you can see that. Only difference being it kind of, whoop, I got it backwards though. It goes this way. You have to be careful. Obviously, this one goes this way because this little hole is kind of critical. There's a port, or a passageway here that has to match up with, and this little port on this side. So it's important that you don't get this gasket flipped upside down in the wrong way. You're not going to work. It's not going to work. So this is pretty good. It's got this little extra nub out here, no big deal, but this matches up. So I figured I would take the risk, because the rebuild kits for these that were kind of like OEM, they were expensive. I mean, $50, $60 and up. So I said, I'll take the chance on this one. even if I could see visually that this was the right gasket. So even if all I get out of it is the gasket, that's okay. Oh, here's the old seat. Nice. We'll get that out in a second. But it also came with a new seat and needle, which is great, except I had a feeling it was wrong. All the reviews, a lot of the reviews, were saying that this is the wrong needle and seat. Some were saying it was fine. So again, because this kit is made to fit several different carbs, just so happens that this was not right. The needle itself, and I don't really want to fuss with it, just take my word for it. Maybe you can see it in the package here. The needle itself is just too big. It does not fit in the original seat. So I said, well, can I use this seat? Because it fits in this seat. I know it's going to be a little bit, but that's just letting the fuel in. I don't think it's that critical. So I said, well, let's try it. Let's try to get the old seat out and see if this seat will fit in. Well, I had a heck of a time getting this thing out. I buggered it up a little bit, but I did get it out. And unfortunately, the new seat does not fit. So this whole seat and needle, no good. Nothing I can use. And it also came with a whole bunch of other stuff. And hopefully I'm not going to spill it. A whole bunch of other little bits and pieces. This, for example, this is I think it's an air fuel mix. It came with another one of these, but it doesn't really seem to fit that great. So I'm just going to stick with the old one. It came with actually two of them. Neither of them seem to really fit. The spring isn't right. So again, there's a lot of stuff in here that I just can't use, but that's okay. For under $9, I got the gasket, and who knows, maybe I can use some of those other parts for something else down the road. So what I ended up doing was I did get the seat out. I actually didn't have a screwdriver this wide. I had to go, actually, good old Harbor Freight had this 3/8 by 8 screwdriver, and for $1.99, can't beat that. So that's why that old one was so beat up, because I didn't have a screwdriver big enough. I was trying to use little screwdrivers that weren't quite big enough, screwdrivers and pliers. So I knew, being brass, I was going to beat the heck out of it, and I did. So since I needed a new needle anyway, I went back on eBay, and I found this seat that came with the correct needle, fits right in, beautiful. And so that was actually like $20 for this new needle and seat. Anyway, but it was worth it. So I figure a new needle, seat, and gasket for $30. Yep, that sounds about right. So I'm just going to snug this back in a little bit. I'm not going to get too carried away. And essentially, like I said, I took this. This is just like a drain. I took that out, cleaned it all out. And again, it's not really a port. In here is another little, almost like a jet. I can't get it out, but it's clean, it's clear. And all that is there's this, a fuel shutoff that goes in here. And so this needle sits down in there, and it's not that super critical that be, as long as, I don't even exactly know, because part of it doesn't make sense because the fuel doesn't even come in there. So maybe it's some sort of a metering thing. Maybe there's people screaming at me going, "You're an idiot. That's this, that, the other thing, and it's important, and you don't know what you're doing." Well, that would be true. I don't really know what I'm doing. So it's got to be connected to one of these ports up here. I don't really know, but I've sprayed. We could take this out of here. I've sprayed Carb Clean around in here. Oh my goodness, there we go. See, when you get the sweet spot, it pops right out. I know that this. Actually, I did take this one out and clean it all out, but you didn't see me do that. You saw me do the other one on the other side. So let me pull this one out. And that's just like a again, I'm sorry the camera's not the best. I don't know if you can see right down in here where this was. And this is just a straight shot through. And that one, I don't know, that's a little bit big. You might be able to see that that's clear. So there's nothing to really worry about there. What I can do, well, there we go. I hate these little straws. I love them and I hate them. So as you could see, hopefully, if I do that again, sprayed the phone / camera. So when I spray in here, that comes through. Now when I spray down in this hole, I don't know what this one actually. My hands are so shaky. It doesn't. I don't know what that does. It doesn't really seem clear. That's not anything I can pull out. That's just kind of fixed in there. It's a little tube, but I can't get it out. And I've tried to clean it out best I can. So I don't know if it's critical. Seems like it's there for a reason, so I'm a little worried that if I don't get it cleaned out, something's not going to work right. But what can you do? So I'm just putting this back in. It's fighting me a little bit. Why? I don't want to cross thread it. There we go. Okay. So the last thing I want to take out is this. So you know what I'm going to do first too? So this is the other side. We already took this jet out. But let's go ahead and see if we can shoot some carb clean. And wow, it seemed clear before, and yeah, this doesn't seem like it's flowing super great. I may have to get something and try to clean that out again. That sucks. Seemed like it was good before. How could it have gotten messed up just sitting here? I don't know. Let me pull this one back out. This is a very small opening in this jet, so it could just be that there was some carb clean coming out here when I sprayed from the top. So it could just be, maybe that's what I was thinking. Let's see if this, yeah, that shoots through. It also shoots out the top. Oh yeah, because there's these little ports down here. There's a couple of little tiny ports. You're not gonna be able to see them up in here. So that does seem clear. I don't know. I'll try to do this again. I don't want to spray. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if I just don't think I'm gonna be able to get you in there good enough to see that. But down here, this is really hard. Down here, there's two tiny little pinholes, and they both, just now when I sprayed the carb clean, it came out nice and clear, no problem. So I think we're good. I'm gonna just call it good, because yeah, I don't really have a choice. There's nothing more I can do to clean that out, really. So we're gonna put this back in. Again, this is a very small opening in this jet, so you don't expect a ton of fluid to be able to pass through it by design. It's made small. So this, okay. And again, this seat is clear. This is the fuel intake, and actually the fuel bowl will attach here, the sediment bowl. So we already talked about the sediment bowl, so that's good. So the last thing that I really want to kind of clear out, and I almost wasn't going to take this piece out, and I did earlier, and I haven't done anything with it, but you'll see in a sec why it's a good thing that I'm taking that out. So now that one has a nice, I can get a socket on it, and we're going to pull that out. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of all over the place here. I am definitely not an expert carb cleaner. So that is gross. Look at that. So I'm going to assume that under all that grossness on the side of that is our, whoop, I got a little washer there. That there's supposed to be, oh yeah, I can see. I don't know if you can see that. Whoop, would help if I put, see there's a hole there that you can kind of sort of see. And I bet you that's clogged. So I'm going to have to clean this out. Let's see if I can. Okay. So when I squirt down here, it comes out here. Again, this, just don't know what that does. Anyway, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is take some time and clean this up, and we'll be right back after I do that. And actually, before I scraped it a little bit just now, and you can see the middle hole is actually clear now, but the hole down the bottom, the camera doesn't really want to focus. I'm not sure if I can get it to focus. You can see there's a hole that's clogged with white, and then there's another one up there that's a little bit better. Yeah, maybe they can see it there. So I'm going to take some Carb Clean and a little brush, and well, let's see what I can do right now. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world. I had a teeny tiny little screwdriver that will get through this one. I don't know whether it's small enough to, yeah, it's small enough to poke its way through the bottom one. Okay, I got through all of them. So now I'll you know, scrub those out a little bit better, but at least now you can see that that's gone through that hole. That's gone through that one. That's gone through that one, and I don't think there's anything on the tip. Oh wait, no, there is. Wow. That was completely plugged. I can see through it now. So those are all cleared, but I'm gonna clean it up a little bit better with a little brass brush or something. Let me do that. Okay, so I've got a brass brush here, so I'm just gonna go around this thing and just try to clean that gunk off of it. What I should have done is probably soaked this, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. So I'm just going to try to clean this gunk off best I can. Of course, I don't have a lot of fancy tools. I don't have a ultrasonic cleaner or anything like that. So I just do the best I can with the limited tools that I have. But, you know, admittedly, I don't, let's see, I got a steel brush here. This might do a little bit better job than the brass one. I don't I don't pretend to know everything or even a lot about these things. I know very little. All I know is that when you take these apart, first try to remember how they go back together, take pictures, and just try to get everything clean, you know. Try not to miss anything. I mean, there are some things that you just can't get apart, and you just got to clean them out the best that you can, and hope it's good enough. But as much as possible, see, I almost forgot this. You know, I almost missed this one. There's my other. I almost missed this one, and then yes, I'm doing a terrible thing. Just trying to scrape this with a screwdriver to clean it a bit better. Cause I just kind of forgot. I kept looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I gotta pull that out, and I did everything else, and I was like, oh, I never pulled that apart. So darn good thing I did. I'm gonna try to just cram some of these bristles down there. So this is now, let's just I'm just spraying it with Carb Clean off to the side, nothing fancy. Just try to continue to clean this up. So I'm gonna be honest with you. As bad as this carburetor was, it ran not long ago, and I'm just amazed at how some of these old machines, this old equipment, is just so not picky about being super clean. So I'm just trying to blow through and make sure all these holes are clear. The middle one, I don't know if you can see through it, but you can. I can see through it. I can blow through it. So I think we're good with this. I'm going to go ahead and get this little washer and put it back on it, just like so. And we're going to go ahead and pop this back down in here where it goes, where it belongs, and say, thank goodness we didn't put this all back together. I mean, there's no guarantee this is going to work anyway, because who knows what else I might have missed, or either just by being not paying attention close enough or whatever. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. All right, that's in there good. Now let's see if that made any difference with when I spray through it, because oh yeah, that definitely came out. That definitely came out better. So again, I'm not sure what this is. Clearly this is connected to this. And the fuel, you know, the actual jets is here and here. So I just don't even know. When I look at this, the way it goes back together, yeah, I don't know. It does appear that this lines up with this, so I'm a little concerned that whatever is going on with that. In there, maybe what I need to do is see if I can find something metal longer. The screwdriver is a perfect diameter, but it's not long enough. I don't know if I have a pick or something, so let me go see if I can find something. Okay, so gold set of Allen wrenches. So this one here, let's see what happens. Oh, okay, that just went a whole lot deeper, and I could feel it. Felt like it stopped for a second and then pushed through. Yeah, I think there was some goop down there. So let's see what happens now. Let's see if I can just get this right. It still does not want to. So I don't know what it is, but at least I feel like I did get further. I think at this point I'm going to call it, and I'm going to finish cleaning this up. I got some junk here to clean up. I'm never going to get rid of all this stuff. But again, the beauty of these old carburetors is they're not that picky. So I got to clean up this surface especially. I've got to get the floats reassembled. Somewhere I have the clip. There's a clip in here. Hopefully it'll work. It should. I believe it's the same style of end on the needle. So, so this needle is way too big, but it still has the same kind of clip. Let's see, oh nuts. Oh, the new needles. Boy, I got to be careful. That's the whole reason I got into this mess. So let's see. I believe the new needle. Well, not sure. I either need to hope I can find the old clip wherever it went, or I might just have to squish this clip in. What's happening is it's just falling through the, because the old needle is a little bit smaller on that end than the new needle, and that's really terrible that I can't find the old clip. Everything should have been in this box of spare parts, but I wonder. Well, that stinks. Anyway, I'll figure that out. I'll hopefully can make that clip work. Now I'm worried about that. Let me get the oh dear Lord. This is why, even though that kit had a lot of wrong parts, these are the two. So I think I'll be able to use this new one to go in here. Yeah, that one will work. So I just gotta get the clip. I just got to get this clip to actually hold the needle. Let me get this clip to hold the needle and not have it fall out. Yeah. So I think what's happening is that clip is just a little too big, and I think if I just pinch it, I think it'll be okay. Let's try it. Let's take the needle off of it first, and let's see if I can just not have it go flying across the room. Pinch it down a little bit and slide this in. Okay, I think that'll work. But I'm not going to put that back together just yet. Where did my floats go? So, yeah. Oops, how did the... Oh, snap. Now I got to remember how the floats go. Oh. I don't know if that is the right clip, because... Oh, nuts. That might not be the right clip, because that needle has got to ride on this pin. Oh boy. I may have to go back and see, look at how I took this apart. Because essentially, this has got to go through here. And it will go this way. Sorry, I'm not making this easy for you all to see. The camera's not as close, but I'm doing the best I can. This has got to go through like so. No, I have that backwards. They go like this. So the problem I'm having is my floats. That doesn't seem right either. I'll have to go back and see. I mean, the floats. How does the needle... Oh, wait, maybe the needle... Okay, I think I'm going to have to do this again anyway. I think maybe the needle... This is really tricky. And I don't remember how it went because it's been a month. I'm wondering if the needle somehow attaches, this clip attaches onto the, oh, this is so fiddly. I'm wondering if that rides like that. No, that's backwards again. I'm wondering if this goes, oh boy, this doesn't seem right. I think I'm onto something kind of, sort of. That's got to be able to go. Wow, I don't know. This can't be right. Can it? Can that be right? That this goes on here. I don't think I have pictures of this. This is going to be bad. Could it be that this clips onto that like that? It dangles off something like that, and I just never thought it would take me a month to get back to this project, and now I can't remember how it goes. I may have to look it up. That's terrible. Hopefully I can look it up. That's not. This, I'm not convinced at all is right, but it might be. So what I've done is I've got it just sitting on here, and it might work. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. All right, well, I don't think that's right at all. I'm wondering if it goes this way. Maybe it's supposed to somehow. Maybe I pinched it too much. Maybe it's supposed to go, or maybe it's supposed to go like this. Maybe it's supposed to go like this, and that is supposed to be spread enough to get around that. All right, I got to clean this up. I'm going to try to find the old clip, but I have a feeling it's not here. That just stinks. But anyway, let me try it. Okay. Well, I think I got it. I don't really feel super confident in that. But it works. Sorry. And, you know, it's holding the needle. It goes up and down, in and out the way it's supposed to. So it just seems that that clip is really loose, but I guess it can't go anywhere. So I think that's, I'm going to call that right. I got to take it off anyway to clean up. But I think at least I feel like I know how it goes, and that's a big deal. So, yeah, next is clean this up. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to use a razor blade and just try to go real gentle and just get some of this old gasket material off. Okay, no dice finding, no dice finding steel wool. But this is 1200 grit wet dry. This is super, super fine. The other thing is, I really don't know what this passageway is for, but it's a little dirty. But it's kind of like stuck on dirt. Does that make any sense? It's like a shirt that's stained. It's clean, just has a stain on it. Doesn't look clean, but it is. All right. I'm tired of messing around with this dumb thing. I'm ready to put it back together and see what happens. So I think once I get, so let's start out by getting the gasket on this side. And again, it's important that this hole be here, not like this, like this. So that this hole has access to that passage. And this goes in this way. Just gonna double, yep, it goes in that way. So what you have to do is you have to get this gasket. You just have to, there, just like that. See how it's in that little place? And then again, this goes like this, and you can just kind of, this will find its, there it goes, it'll find its way where it wants to go. And this is going to have to go on like that, and it'll line itself up with the screw holes when you put it back together. So next is, I just still wish that I could get this a little bit better. It's just so loose. And this, I know, goes this way like that. So let's try to get Mr. Needle on here. Hopefully this is the last time I have to do this. Mr. Needle is over here. Okay. So my hands are so ridiculously shaky, it's not even funny. So this plate has to go underneath here. So, and there goes the needle. All right. Oh my goodness. See, that shouldn't just flop out like that. Oh, if I couldn't laugh, I'd cry. So there we go. Let's try this again. Yep, I can see there's you probably, there is a little mark from this. There's a little indication, but that's how it went. And I think there's a little kind of a divot here, which I think is where the head of the needle usually would be. So I think I'm getting that lined up correctly. These clips just stink. I don't like them. I know they have to have, you know, they can't be, you know, there has to be a certain amount of freedom for the needle to move around. So that's why we have to fiddle with this stuff, because it can't be like just fixed in one place. All right, I believe the needle is in the seat. The plate is under the thingamajig. And okay. Yep, everything is, as far as I know, where it's supposed to be. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, no, this isn't right. The gasket has to go on before the floats in the needle, because it's down inside there. But then how do I get... I honestly don't know why this is cut out like this, or why it's not cut out like this, because it kind of makes me wonder why. Oh, okay, that doesn't work because it would cover up this. But is that important? What is that? Okay. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, oy vey. The gasket's got to go on this side first. Yay. This wasn't... so I'm not sure exactly. That's going to be a pain. So I get the gasket on here like this. Nope, backwards like this, because I'm now on the other side. So the gasket goes like this. And so what I'm going to do is kind of dry fit this before. Okay, so no, don't come apart. Haha. Okay, so that goes down there like so. And like I said, these all should line up. Okay. Now we fiddle with the needle for the 4,000th time. And for all of you who have done this a bunch of times and are laughing at me, well, that's okay. As long as I'm entertaining somebody, I'm happy. All right. Okay. All right. Now, the tricky part is now that I have to put this down on over this is getting it to slide over that, because it was a little... Yep, that's what I was afraid of. It's not quite where it wants to be, and it's going to mess up with this. I should have put a mark on it. Well, I'll just have to keep trying it. Oh. Oh, God. Like, it's got to be slightly out of round. In fact, I thought that there was, kind of was a mark of that there. Nope. Nope. Oh my goodness. Great. Now it's stuck, and I'm going to break the gasket. Yep, I'm going to break the gasket. Oh, I don't like this. Well, guess what, folks? I gotta take the floats out again. I take those out, then I can lift this up. Even still, nope. Alright, maybe I can get... All right. Okay. Wow. So I didn't have to take the floats out. Did the gasket hold them in well enough that I can just put the pin back in? Of course, the pin doesn't want to go back in. All right, so let's not be silly this time. Let's see, is it still... Okay, needle seems like it's still where it's supposed to be. I just don't like that clip. I just feel like it should hold it better. I don't think that that's the same clip. So, okay, I think there's a mark on the back of that if I recall went that way. Let's see if this will slide down better this time. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Let's see. I think it's back together. Okay, floats seem to be working. I never cleaned that up, but I'll worry about that in a second. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, let's put the screws in backwards. That'll be awesome. Let's see here. All right. I know I got a bunch more things to put back together, but if I just get the carburetor back together and the gasket lined up okay. I'm just going to loosen this up a little bit. All right. Get another screw in there. Not tighten it up. Things flying everywhere. So I think even though that clip didn't seem, you know, to be really holding that, oh boy, this screw is dirty. Even though that clip didn't seem to be holding the needle that well, I think it's just in a place where it can't really go anywhere. You know, it can wobble around all over the place, but it can't actually fall out. So like I said, it's got to have movement to it. You can't be locked down because as the pivots move, as the floats move up and down, you know, it's got to be able to pivot, if that makes any sense. You can't just lock it in one place. All right. I'm just going to have to take this big screwdriver that really fills those slots up so I don't slip. And really tighten these down so we don't get any leakage. Okay. All right. This is like this I believe is like a main jet. And I'm just not going to mess with it. We're just going to put it back in the way it was and hope that works. Probably should have a washer there, which I believe is this washer here. Sorry, this washer here, I believe went here. This is all rusted. It doesn't. Oh, well, it moves. Wow. Hey. That wasn't moving before. I had put some goo on it. I'll have to get a wrench to really tighten this up, right? Because I know you're all screaming, going, "No, don't do that. Don't use pliers on that." So we'll get a wrench on it. Do it right. But I hope that I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that I'm not getting. Yeah, okay, that seems all right now. So, I've got extra parts here. Oh, I know what those are for. Okay. I'm probably missing a washer. This goes in here as a fuel shutoff. And this leaks. So, I don't know if I need a... I think that in the... I gotta get a washer on this too. And maybe clean this up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's supposed to be... Let's see if there's a washer in here that will work. See, again, this is why it's not such a bad thing sometimes to end up getting extra parts, because I need a washer, and this kit that didn't fit right might still at least provide me with a washer. And like I said, some of the parts fit. Ah, there we go. So I'll have to tighten that up. We'll get it with some pliers real quick just to... I'll have to get a wrench. Oh, that's pretty tight. I tighten that up too. Oh. And does this come apart? Huh. I don't know if there's supposed to be an O-ring in there or something, but I'll have to tighten that up. Again, this whole thing kind of leaks a little bit, which kind of sucks, but... So that will go back on here. And again, I don't know. I wonder if I need a washer on that too. I don't think that actually turned all the way down. And this goes, yeah, like this. Yeah, that never tightened. I don't even know. That's as tight as that's getting. That is, whew. Okay. So the fuel line obviously comes in here, fills the bowl, and the fuel comes out the top here. So, this is the old gasket here. Probably still usable, honestly, but woohoo! I got a new one with the kit. The kit with all the wrong parts has been good to me. It's gotten me some good parts, actually. So we will go ahead and scrape that off. This out of the way. Okay, so I'm not gonna actually put this on right now. I'm kind of out of time, but I believe I got it back together. This went just like this. I can go ahead and put these screws back in right now. Lock this down. And I think the only parts that I really have left for this, again, I got to tighten up Tighten up this, tighten up this, tighten up this. Well, no, this is tight. But tighten up this, this, and this, however, a little bit. Get a real screwdriver in here. So that little toy one. Okay. All right. So that's the choke. And the cable just comes in here. This is just to hold the cable. That's what this whole thing is. Just holds the cable. Comes over here and operates the choke. And throttle cable's up here, which actually I need a new throttle cable. I think I just had it. I think I just had it wide open, and I mean this thing kind of chugs. It's not like an engine now that really winds up. This thing just kind of chug, 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 chug. So even wide open, it's not revving that high. So I think my hope is that this is together enough, and that the tolerances are loose enough on this old machine that my not the best job of rebuilding this will be okay. I cleaned out everything that was clogged, so hopefully, really that's all it needed. So I think that's it for today. I got it back together. That's a good start. And next step will be when I have time to get it back out on the machine and see if it works. Alrighty. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was originally going to run all these videos together into one long video, but I think I might not. So anyway, this might be the end of this video for now, the rebuild of the carburetor, a separate thing, and then we'll put it back on the machine later. So for now, I hope that was helpful. Hope you didn't hate it. Hit like, subscribe, and come back and we'll put this on the machine and see if it works.